Hi, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Pearson, your elementary ELL teacher. Today, our lesson is going to focus on writing a retell. We're going to write a retell of A Musical Day. And this is from First Grade Journeys, Lesson 8. For this lesson, you will need a piece of paper and a pencil. And if you don't have a piece of paper and a pencil, I need you to push pause and get those materials right now. And then push play when you rejoin us. Because at the end of our review, we're going to first review the story. You're going to challenge yourself and answer this question. What happened in the story? Write a retell. We're going to use the colors green and yellow and red. And green means go, start your retell. What happened at the beginning of the story or the start? And you're going to say first, you're going to write that. You're going to first say it and then write it in a complete sentence, telling you what happened at the beginning of the story. Then you're going to slow down and talk about what happened in the middle of the story. And then you're going to say then and say it and then write it in a complete sentence. What happened in the middle of the story? Then, and then finally at the end, you're going to stop and tell us what happened at the end or the finish. And you're going to use the sequence word last. You're going to say what happened last and then write it in a complete sentence. So here's our learning target. Repeat after me. I can write a retell of the story A Musical Day using complete sentences. I can write a retell of the story A Musical Day using complete sentences. So success criteria. How will you know you're successful at writing a retell of the story? Well, here are our steps to success. We're going to do each of these steps together, one step at a time, and it will help us reach our learning target of writing a retell. Number one, I will say and match the characters and settings. We're going to talk about who the characters of the story are and the setting where the story takes place. Then we're going to say and match the lesson or moral of the story. What did the characters learn? We're going to review that. And then 3, we're going to put the retelling pictures in the correct sequence or order. And then 4, we're going to say what and then write the sentences that to each picture, saying what happened first, then, and last. And then finally, you're going to check your writing using my writing checklist. Just reminders of what to do when you're writing a complete sentence. All right. Is A Musical Day fantasy? And fantasy means things that cannot happen. Or is it reality? Reality means things that can happen. Think. Could a musical day really happen? Or is it fantasy? It could not happen. Well, the genre or type of literature of A Musical Day is reality. Reality stories. Here are noticings. The story could happen. The places are real. The people can be real. Animals act like animals, and you might learn facts, and it can be funny. All stories have characters. Characters are the people, animals, or objects in a story. Setting. The setting is where the story takes place. Sequence. Sequence is the order things happen in the story. You are going to say these sequence words and you're going to write them. First, next, last, before, beginning, middle, and end of a story. So let's retell the story out loud first. Retell of A Musical Day. Who are the characters in the story? The main characters are, who are they? Say it out loud. The main characters are, well, if you remember, they're Aunt Viv, Tom, his sister, and their 2 friends. The setting, where does the story take place? The setting is Tom and his sister's home. So let's put our pictures in the correct sequence or order. First, then, later, and last. So first, why is Tom sad? So look at that first green highlight. First, Tom is sad because his parents are going on a trip today. So then tell me what happened then after that. Then who comes to visit? Then Aunt Viv. Well, then Aunt Viv comes over. She will take care of the kids. And later, what happens later? What does Aunt Viv show the kids? Later, well, Aunt Viv opens her bag and asks if the kids would like to play music. And last, what happens at the end of the story? Last, the kids make a band. The girls strum guitars and everyone is enthusiastic. So, in the end, the kids learn to blank Aunt Viv. What do they learn about? They learn to do. They learn to admire. That was one of our vocabulary words. In the end, the kids learn to admire or look up to Aunt Viv because she's a lot of fun. All right, now that we've reviewed the story, it's the end where we're going to challenge yourself and you're going to use your pencil and piece of paper and we're going to write. We're going to answer this question. What happened in the story? Write a retell. And you're going to use this graphic organizer. You're going to say first, then, and last. Don't worry, I'm going to show it to you again. But let's review. Before you write, I want you to say each sentence out loud before you write it. So it's important to say your sentence first and then write it. And here's my writing checklist. Make sure you use finger spaces between each of your words so they're not all crammed together or one long word. Use punctuation, like a period at the end of your sentence. Use uppercase letters at the beginning of a sentence or a capital letter at the beginning and lowercase letters for the rest. And then sound out any unknown words you don't know how to spell. Say and write the sounds. And my favorite, reread each of my sentences. Reread your sentences so that you know they make sense. So you're going to say your sentence before you write it, and then don't forget to remember the finger spaces, punctuation, uppercase letters, sound out words, and reread your sentences. All right. What happened in the story? Write a retell. We're going to use our traffic light uh, example. Green means go. That's the beginning. Start the story. Yellow means slow down. Tell what happens in the middle. And then red means stop. So, what happened at the beginning or start of the story? First, Todd. What did Todd do or think? So you are going to write first, Todd. So say your sentence out loud and then write it in a complete sentence. First, Todd. So you're going to push pause, write your first sentence, the green sentence starter, and write a complete sentence. Tell him what happened at the beginning of the story. First, Todd, what did he do? He felt. So push pause, write your green sentence, and when you're done writing your green sentence, push play and we'll move to the middle of the story. All right, now we're going to go to the middle. What happened in the middle of the story? So look at the pictures. Then Aunt Viv, what did Aunt Viv do after she came to visit? Then Aunt Viv, so make sure you say your sentence, push pause and write the yellow sentence frame and finish your thinking. Then Aunt Viv, what did she do? So after you're done writing your yellow sentence, push play. So push pause write your yellow sentence, and when you're ready to join us, push play again. So now we're at the end of our story, the finish line. What happened last? So you're going to write this. Last, the kids, what did the kids do? So say your sentence, push pause, then write your sentence. Last, the kids. So push pause, write your red sentence. When you're finished, push play to rejoin the lesson. Last, the kids. All right, now it's time to check your 3 sentences. Check your work. Did you put finger spaces between your words? Did you use punctuation? Put a period at the end of your sentence. Did you use uppercase letters at the beginning of a sentence? And then did you sound out unknown words that you didn't know how to spell? Did you write those sounds? And then my favorite, did you reread each of your sentences? If you haven't done one or some of these, push pause, check your work, make sure you have these things for each of your sentences, and then push play once you're done. Okay, let's review. On the top of your paper, how do you think you did reaching the learning target? I can write a retell of the story, a musical day using complete sentences. Would you give yourself a 4? I could teach this lesson. I easily retold the story in writing using the sentence starters. I also used my writing checklist for all of my sentences. Would you give yourself a 3? I retold the story in writing using the sentence starters. I also used my writing checklist for most of my sentences. Or 2, I retold some of the story in writing and used my writing checklist for some of my sentences. Or 1, I did not retell the story and did not use my writing checklist. Sorry if you can hear my dogs barking in the background. If you want, you can check your writing with this example. What happened in the story? First, Todd is sad because his parents are leaving. So first, Todd is sad because his parents are leaving. Then Aunt Viv comes and asks if the kids would like to make music. Then Aunt Viv comes to ask and asks if the kids would like to make music. And then finally, last, the kids make a band and play music. All right, boys and girls, thanks for writing the retell with me. Have a great day.